Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, check. Check.
Nice.
Hi.
Seriously? We're not even on. Don't even sweat it, guys. Yeah, that's what you said before. We heard that last week. Should be on. No, Greg's mic's not on.
Here, use mine.
Like, we can't even hear him.
Oh, it's your... We gotta check the voice box in the back.
Can you turn
There it is. Oh, there we go.
I turned on his voice box.
Awesome.
And it was wonderful. All right. Well, yeah, now that we got a few technical glitches out of the way, YouTube tried to fucking do a roundhouse pass on us, but Jeremiah went in the back door, if you will, and now...
I totally went dirty.
At any rate, here we go, and welcome to the show. I'm Marijuana Man. This is From Under the Influence and or Seed Dusk, depending on where you are at the moment. It's Wednesday here in Vancouver, and I'm joined at the desk by my good friend Al, the Alchemist.
Hey, what's happening?
And our beautiful friend Kush Queen is in between again.
Hola, hola. I'm back.
Welcome back. Last week she was on the islands of Hawaii, were you not?
I fucking wish. No, I was on the island. I went to Long Beach.
Oh, the island of
Long Beach,
Vancouver.
Tofino.
Yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful, I have to say. I've never been. One of the most beautiful experiences I've
It
ever had
is
so
as
far.
West Coast as you can get without drowning.
West Coast, baby.
Yeah, we missed you last week. Well, actually, I'm going to do last week's show this week, because if you did see the show,
Well, we did next week's show last week.
John Conroy was here, and oh my God, he can yap and yap and yap about the law. Holy cow.
Is that what was happening?
Yeah, I was listening, but she's a little too rich.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, no, we loved having
awesome
John
having
here,
John here.
and he is.
No, for real. If
he's
you
a
ever
good
don't
friend.
have a show prepared,
Get John Conroy on.
Yeah, him or
Say,
Marc.
he seriously
Yeah.
helped us out. Like
Yeah.
seriously. Thank you, John.
yeah, man, and we're just joking about it, but
No, it was an honor having him.
I did actually have a show prepared last week, so had to do another one this week, and I called it Legalize Legalization.
I like it,
Right?
Better than
Has a nice
legalized
ring to it.
like regulation.
right?
Legalize
I like that.
legalization, would you?
They ought to do that.
Well, they're trying to legalize over regulation right now. Is what they're trying to.
They are.
Yeah.
They've
Actually-
I
already.
don't know if I
yeah.
approve of that.
Now, before we get into the meat of the matter, if you will, let's
What
get
are
in.
they serving today?
Let's get
Is
into
it
the
prime rib?
yeah. Let's get into the weed of the day. Actually,
This episode has been brought to you
yeah.
by.
This was sponsored
Hayes.
today by Puna Hayes. Two different phenos of Puna Hayes. I don't know. We got a bud cam there. We should get it on somehow.
We got Gretzky 99 on the tip right now.
Two.
Go have a look, see. Can you see it?
Now, Puna
Can you
Hayes,
change the
compliments
thing?
of the
Maybe move that
Oh,
camera.
God, Jared's
White
fucking slapping
Buffalo
today.
White Buffalo Seed Collective and Master Grower Scabby Tree Scabby.
Yeah, there's actually they came up
Hope
with
Hope actually.
quite a number of
Can you see
pheno.
more?
No, that looks good. Now a little closer. Just teeny bit. Yeah, look at that.
Quite a number of phenotypes of that came out of the mix. So I was thrilled to be able to get a
Hi.
couple of them brought in to me today. There's David Malmo Levine passing some.
Protecting the young
Thing.
and the poor from prohibition. The environmental, economic, and anti-oppression benefits of an inclusive cannabis re-legalization model.
Yes, that was
Interesting.
trimmed down from a much longer title.
Yeah, the other title
The
was
other-
like it actually
I
took.
could-
It
I
was
almost lost my
14.
breath.
It was
Yeah.
14 pages
Yeah,
long. The
I
other
wasn't sure if
title.
I could do that one, so he brought me the reduced
Yeah,
version. Thank
this
you
is
very
the
much, Malmo. That
42nd
was
revisited
great.
title
Yes.
version.
A nice book.
Wonderful.
Nice writing that David Malmo Levine has prepared to give to the Justice Minister Jody. Justice Minister Jody, we like to call her. So that she can learn about how to actually protect the youth and the poor in our society from the prohibitions.
One thing I
are
have to say
leveled
though
upon
is
them.
like, for a book directed towards kids, there's not enough pictures or coloring in it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find one real rhyming.
Yeah, there was nothing rhymed in the whole thing.
Yeah,
either.
there's not one sentence that rhymed.
No,
So.
but
It's something that David has to work on, but there's a lot of fucking really good information.
so I've rolled
The
a few
children's-
joints of this
children's book?
Puna Haze, so we'll see what happens to us. Today, busiest fucking day at my desk so far. Oh my God, there was people there constantly, and hordes of friends came by and stuff, and more customers in the midst of all that, and then the Puna Haze descended on the table. Holy cow, I got stoned.
Don't you just love that?
Yeah, it was a lot of
I
fun.
really, really enjoy the Pune. It's
Very strong,
a couple of the
uplifting.
phenotypes make me giggle like a kid. Like seriously, I smoke them and something funniest little thing happens, and I'm going off for half an hour.
So,
Pune Haze, I love
Puna
it.
Haze.
Puna Haze. So, yeah, thrilled to have that in my lungs today. And a couple weeks ago on the show, nobody seemed to have a lighter except me, right? And so when I
It's
watched
just
the
Greg
show,
was holding it the whole
yeah,
time.
it was just this complete battle back and forth between the three of us to get a lighter. So I got Al one last week. I got him a new lighter, and here's one for Kush Queen too.
Yay. See, I get one too.
To
Early
have-
birthday present.
Early birthday
Can we
present.
still use yours though?
Yeah, I'm
I like to
gonna
just reach over there all the time, just bug him.
I'm gonna weld mine to the table here.
I never knew you were so territorial with lighters. I knew it was that way with rolling papers.
It's not the lighter that I'm territorial about. It's the fire to light my joint. Eh?
I see.
I don't mind. I'll
It's
get
not
my.
the exterior, it's the interior
Yeah,
and the
Baby,
process
light
at
my
hand.
fire.
I'll take my fire any way I can get it.
Stepping on my mic, man.
So want to remind you too that
So how,
come on down and see us at Vancouver Seed Bank. We're here at Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters, 307 West Hastings, all day, every day. Come on down and see the gang, buy some seeds and all your other weed needs. Wow, that's pretty good. Yes, we're getting close to the magic hour. Now,
It's already
4:20.
6:30?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's like 5:10.
Now,
7:10.
4:20, of course, has been big in the news here in Vancouver.
6:04.
But I saw a thing today where the chief of police here in Vancouver said, oh no, he said Sunset Beach is a great place for it. He said it's a way better place, and that's it, that's all.
Wow,
Are you
I didn't see
serious?
that. That's great.
Yeah, he said
Amazing.
it's a one-day event. Yeah, people are going to be upset, some people, and that was it.
They're gonna be upset
right?
That'll
everywhere
shut up
we go,
those
so-
Parks Board
Oh, yeah.
NBA idiots.
Yeah. So that was very encouraging to see. But
Chatters just died, just so you know.
Oh, uh-oh.
every
Yeah.
every time
Chair's
that
slacking today. He's had a busy day. It is.
a lot of the
all
time
hacking-
though
hacking
when the
YouTube,
police said
all
that
kinds of
they don't
crazy
have a
shit.
problem with stuff,
That's really encouraging, actually. You know.
but a
That
lot of
makes
the
me very
times when the police have said they have no problem with stuff, they bust us.
They tase people.
Yeah, they get you off your guard.
A lot of times, police say they got no problem, and then people die of heart
I'm
attacks.
pretty sure that's not going to happen. But so yeah, we're all excited about that. We're starting to get down to the nitty gritty and design and stages and getting people to entertain and working that all out. So 'tis the season in Vancouver. So I don't know, maybe some.
Sure doesn't go to sleep on us all the
I'm
time.
going to charge this other one up right in a second. This thing always has an
Can you?
So I don't know. Maybe some of you out there and some people here today are feeling a little tired because it was a leap year, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
That was the longest February in fucking recorded history, don't you think?
Well, at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Is that fucking
Fucking
happened?
leap year. God, who's got time for that? Like, really?
It's
No, man.
Nobody does.
Ain't
So,
got no motherfucking time.
leap year is an example of how you cannot apply math to the universe.
leap year is a failed attempt. Well, no, it's actually time is a failed attempt at the measurement of
Of a leap year.
of time.
So saying there's
Happy 420.
yeah, happy 420 out there. Actually, there is such a thing as a leap second,
Yep, there is now.
right? That they have to engage every so often to get the clocks actually up back in tune with the universe, right? So all of this stuff, like,
Time doesn't exist.
no, but you just can't apply numbers to the physical world that is changing.
No.
Right. You can do that to a table and shit that doesn't change, but it's just leap year is such a prime example of that. So you mathematicians, come on,
That was
just measure my table.
was that
Oh,
Pope Gregory?
well, look at this. A
It
new
was Pope-
T-shirt.
Pope Gregory. Pope Greg is the guy that came up with the.
Gregorian calendar.
This is true. So yeah,
The Pope's
look
the
at
only
that
guy
T-shirt.
that has the
Hey.
ability to formulate that. The
I'm
calendar.
wearing one too. And Al's got a T-shirt on too. I didn't even notice this. How did that?
I'm not
fuck did
wearing
I get
it for
this
your
on?
guys' sake because it's either cleavage or no cleavage, and I'm pretty sure you guys would choose cleavage. So
Let's take a
I'm just gonna. You
let's
know.
take a vote. No, we don't need a vote. Well, we've got some chatters here.
Happy 420.
Oh wait, did that already? God, get with it.
A lot of people in the chat.
You're done that.
Mr. Cookie's in there.
What's happening, Mr. Cookie?
Robert Calvert, of
Cookie.
course, has joined us today.
What?
Hey,
Bob Calvert?
my grow bee. There's
Wait. Are you serious,
Vic-
Bob Calvert?
Robert Calvert.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Are you at all related to the Calvert that's in Hawkwind or was in Hawkwind?
Maddie Mo.
Just wondering.
Nice. Well, glad you guys could all join us in the chat too. We'll see if we can't keep an eye on it. Look at Kush Queen's got her eye on you.
Here, I'm switching out. This one's too big.
Oh, that was a really good size. Oh no, I can't see that anymore. This is like an eye test now.
Whoa.
Huh?
Robert Calvert says he wants one.
Resin
One of your
girls in the
shirts.
house.
Oh, really?
There you go.
And yeah, I just want to
Seed
give
Bank.
a shout out to David Paul Seymour who designed this Temple of Calyx shirt and Deech Prince, man. Deech Prince, East Van. These guys are fucking cool
Nice.
as they're fucking cool. Super fucking cool.
Like
So,
the shirt.
All your printing needs, check those guys out.
Hi, chillin' like a villain.
So, Rona Ambrose, you remember her? Who? She was in the.
Hang on, while I barf for a second.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, you do remember her. Well, she was in the news again today. Yesterday, she got involved with Twitter and arranged to have a live tweet session online.
Wow.
And she actually ran away. She showed up, the questions started rolling in, and she ran away.
I gotta go.
Oh yeah, she did not answer any of them, and it was all fucking hard.
She's like, what's
Hi,
oh,
resin girl.
my macaroni's calling. I gotta go.
yeah.
Has some Katie on the stove.
Yeah.
There was no reference about marijuana in any of this stuff. It had to do with everything else that the conservatives have been, and her flip-flopping now back to things that they used to hate, and she just ran away. So that was pretty good.
Pussy.
Yes, the Conservative Party, they're in a bit of a turmoil here in Canada, but I don't really give a fuck about politicians or politics or that bullshit.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck.
I care about my health. That's the bottom line, right? Well, no. But at any rate, here's a story I ran across at McDonald's. They're trying to refashion themselves as some now healthy alternative to what they've been selling up till this point. But it turns out, they've got like a kale salad now is what they're pushing on their menu. Turns out it has the same amount, it has actually more fat and sugar than a double Big Mac. No shit.
Only McDonald's can fucking turn kale evil.
Yeah.
They're the dark side.
No
McDonald's
kidding.
is the
How
dark
is that
side.
even possible? Like,
It is the
wow.
sauce. It's the sauce they put on it, right? Their Caesar salad with chicken bits is
How can we trick those healthy
higher
people?
than the double cheeseburger.
That's what they're doing.
Right? This is the entire success of McDonald's all these
No, the
years.
whole
You guys
point
wanna
is
eat
obtaining a
salad, eat
demographic that
fucking
you didn't
salad.
previously
Go to
have.
McDonald's to get a fucking salad. Like, come on. Like, go
And-
to the
and- and-
grocery
and
store
some
and
of that
fucking get a
demographic
salad.
isn't as educated as the
All right.
rest of the demographic.
So this has been the success of McDonald's all these years, though, has been sugar and salt, right? It's the delicate balance of sugar and salt will satisfy any palate that walks in, right? And so this is how they've done it.
Oh
And
yeah,
this
you
is how
could
they
put
continue
hate.
to do it.
You could put hate, a big heaping portion of hate, on a silver platter, and if with
Maybe
enough sugar and salt, it'll
you'll
taste
sell
good.
it. That's right. Now,
It's fucking disgusting.
what happened last week?
It's the big loaf of hate. It's the big
The activist Charlo Green was coming up here to be on Jer's show last Friday and couldn't get through the border, and so I saw a little bit of that show, and it was very unusual. She really gave me the impression. She gave me the impression that she didn't actually know who we were.
Yeah.
Huh? It's funny, I don't know. She said she was coming up here to help us be activists, and
What?
Yeah, it was kind of unusual. Like she's
Thanks,
what did she
Charlo.
say?
That's interesting.
She's on a tour, right?
Yes.
And breaking out of Alaska and being an activist there, and being in a small group
It's
of
not what it
people,
looks like.
but it was odd to me that she came and she said that she was coming up to help us.
No, well, she said she was coming out to hang out with us, I thought.
Well, help was the
She's
word.
saying-
No, I'm not putting her down or anything, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that so many people are coming to this new, right? They're just new to the fold, and I just advise you to have a look around at actually what has happened before you came along.
Yeah,
So that you don't-
the last 2 decades.
So that you don't make gaffes of who's who or what's what or what's been done before you, right? Just because you came upon this idea yesterday didn't mean that you made it up.
Well, she's been doing it for a while. She
No,
helped
and I'm
legalize
not
in Alaska.
directing that at Charlo at all.
Right.
Right, at all.
I think
I'm
she
just-
knows who we are.
A toll.
She loves Marc and Jody and was pretty happy
Yeah.
to come here.
Well,
Was
the
she,
impression I got.
Jer?
She was.
Was she, though? Just kidding.
it made me think of that, right? Because it's happening a lot here. People coming around here, maybe not necessarily around here, but are into the marijuana world who don't have a fucking clue, right? So you don't know who you're doing business with. You don't know who's investing in your business. There's a lot of people out there with money right now drooling over the potential profits. And don't be snapping up the first offer that comes along, right? We're still in the black market here, and that's where a lot of the money and these people are coming from, right? It's not legitimate business people that are necessarily coming out of the woodwork, but we'll talk about a guy in a minute here because this is way more important. Yesterday on the news they said a lack of sleep can cause marijuana munchies and lead to weight gain. A lack of sleep can cause marijuana munchies
Okay.
and lead to weight gain. Scientists at the University of Chicago found that sleep-deprived people And this makes perfect sense. This isn't fucking rocket science. If you don't sleep well at night, you're pretty restless. So you wake up hungry because you haven't rested, right? You've been active all night and your body's been fucking going, right? So you wake up hungry. Big deal. Now they say, oh, it's the same receptors in your brain as marijuana. So they use it in their fucking title. Lack of sleep can cause marijuana munchies. That isn't possible. What a statement. Lack of sleep can cause fucking baldness, then. You could say that. It could cause,
munchies.
right? It could
But
cause
it's really not the lack of sleep.
suicidal
It's just
tendencies.
because when you're sleeping, it's your last meal is probably a couple hours before you went to bed. And then let's say you got like 4 hours of restless sleep. Well, that's like 6 or 7 hours without eating. Of course you're going to be fucking hungry. What the fuck?
I think it's just because it's a lot harder to smoke that much weed when you're sleeping. So, you know, for me,
Well,
I only smoke half as much weed when I'm asleep as I do when I'm awake. So.
but just the notion of adding that idea that it is the marijuana
Jerry, you're
munchies,
hilarious.
right? Like they really,
Vietnamese black.
that'll go out around the world here. The lack of, but
It will. That'll be
Right.
the leading story, the leading news science.
yeah.
This is what we just learned.
Now they did a poll here in Canada.
Lack
That,
of sleep causes marijuana munchies. Not just munchies or not just hunger,
Yeah.
just marijuana munchies.
yeah, like really.
Like, fuck off. Ugh.
Well, there you go. Right now, here's a new study. Marijuana can alter the way one processes their emotions. Kush Queen.
Oh.
Kush Queen.
They mention you by name in this one.
Oh my god, wow.
Headline like
In
that.
the headline like that and all. Say it again, say it again.
Marijuana can alter the way one processes their emotions. Kush Queen. Right?
Epic.
It affects the ability to process emotion. Is what they're saying. And you know what they did?
So the other way to interpret that is it causes the individual to process things in a logical, deliberate manner.
Well, here's the.
of emotions. It's the only other way it could be, right?
But here's the little test that they did.
I'd agree with that.
They hooked you up to a EEG, which would be an electroencephalogram, of course.
Yep.
A gram of encephalo is fucking killer, man.
Especially the electro.
Man, I had some of that encephalo haze.
Yes.
Ooh, boy.
That
That's good stuff.
that definitely showed a lot of electrical activity in my brain, that stuff, for sure. But everybody's hooked up to a EEG, and then they were shown photos depicting various facial expressions. Cannabis users demonstrated a greater response to faces showing negative expressions, such as anger, when compared to participants who did not use cannabis. So the conclusion that they came to based on that bit of fucking kindergarten bullshit at the Colorado State University too, they came up to the conclusion that we have our ability to process emotion affected. When it's obvious to me that the people who didn't smoke pot are numb, are fucking numb to the world. Eh? And sit there just like fucking potatoes, watching the pictures, and they don't respond, right? They don't respond to the negative because they watch CNN and they watch NS or NCIS or whatever the fuck it is, all the criminal minds, all the murder and mayhem and
CSI,
fucking
SSI, SSI, PPI.
cannabis affects my ability to process emotion. This makes me so angry, but you can't know. But the world doesn't notice it. Only pot smokers say, "Hey, why are you so angry? Did you run out of weed?"
I never run out of weed, motherfuckers.
Oh no, they're just lined up. They must have a big wheel somewhere where they spin.
It's like 3 of them, and then they just whatever lines up to the center arrow.
Yeah, let's.
That's what it is. Cause, effect, and
Let's claim it
Procedure.
does this week. Here's another claim. Here,
That's the voice they got.
It's a mall. So
what are you looking for?
my fucking butter. I really need a fucking
My
bucket.
fucking butter.
Want it?
Depends on how you say that. The inflection you use on either one of those words changes what kind of butter it actually is.
It's this kind, Butter King
Or
butter.
sub it actually is.
Yeah. So, what's going to happen now? You're going to need a sublimator?
Gotta go. This has gotta go.
And watch you don't drop that on a youth. It's pretty heavy.
It is pretty
There,
heavy.
I've protected. So, here is the question that was asked. Oh, hang on.
Hang on. We need to get
I'm
butter.
going to save my coffee from potential destruction. This could throw me way out of focus. You
Yeah,
owe
it's just for a second.
you owe me
Oh, whatever.
for
It's
that.
my birthday.
Oh,
Fuzzy blur.
tomorrow's your
Big
birthday.
fuzzy blur. Yeah, tomorrow is Kush Queen's birthday.
Wow.
Ah.
Is it
Happy
kosher
birthday.
for me to ask at what tender age you will become?
I will be 26 years old.
Wow. Congratulations.
Wow.
I've been 26
Just a youngin'.
34 times.
At what age do you stop wearing that? Oh, you're such a youngin'.
When you get to be my age, then you get to say it. And earlier, too. Well, congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy birthday. And here, this next story can actually perhaps follow right along with it being your birthday. Can marijuana save your sex life? Well, you know, there has been studies released recently about suggesting that erectile dysfunction is one of these side effects of smoking marijuana. But
Oh, it's a good butter hoop.
there was an MD at Harvard. Oh no, he's in Boston now. But a recent study of medical cannabis users found that men and women in equal proportions had seen a boost in their sex life. Huh? See, I've always known that marijuana can save my sex life because I could get chicks with it. Right? Because I had marijuana, they wanted marijuana.
Unzips pants.
I was like, weed saves my sex life many, many times. So, I'm not sure why we necessarily needed this study, but no, that's encouraging. They, but it goes, it just goes back and forth, eh? Like back and forth. But why are they even doing all these studies? It isn't even fucking legal yet in any place, really.
This is what I'm saying. But they're fucking doing studies about how it improves or disimproves your sex life. Get a fucking brain. Like, really, do some real fucking studies on the planet.
Get a
for fuck's
sex
sakes.
life.
That
And you,
too.
and you won't do
Get the
these
hell out of our
studies.
business.
If you're too busy fucking, you won't have time to do the study. Or even want to. You'll just be happy. Eh?
Or just go smoke a joint.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
And
I just
then
did a study. It's pretty
Pick
good.
up chicks. Say, hey, you want a toke?
I don't know.
All of
I
this quest to know more and more and more. It's,
No. It's not time yet. And once it gets legal, we may well go, hey,
but
nobody's
nobody's
anyway?
looking to know more in the right direction. That's the whole thing. It's a misappropriation of potential knowledge.
Thank God we've got the Canadian Centre on Substance Abuse out there in the world. They're on tour aiming to bring clarity to a national dialogue about pot use among the youth. Canadian Centre on Substance Abuse. This is a fucking organization. I've been watching them for about 10 years, and they are so prohibition-oriented and always have been. Actually,
That's their plight.
all the people in their board of directors were cops for the longest time. So many cops, I couldn't believe it. retired this cop, retired that cop. A representative of the brewery industry is there. And they're all looking after their own specific interests, and it was mostly for the cops. But here they are now. Go onto their webpage now. There's no more cops. It's all women. Like, it's all women. I'm just stunned. There's 58 people working for these people, and there's only 11 men. Right? I don't know what that means, but it's very odd to me that it's all changed, right? And their whole point of view has changed now. So what they're saying here is that they're on a myth-busting tour, aiming to clear up misinformation on the drug safety for young people. The Canadian Centre on Substance Abuse in the last 10 years that I've been watching them has spread so much misinformation about marijuana to adults, let alone the youth, right? Fuck me. Here's what they found out, though. They said, oh, the youth felt that cannabis makes them better drivers. Interesting. Some young people reported that they felt it helped their focus and attention at school. Interesting. We also heard from young people that they felt marijuana prevented and even cured cancer. Now, is any one of those things bad? Not one of those things is bad. They felt it made them a better driver. They felt they liked school better. Holy fuck. Have you ever heard a kid say that about anything that they ever did that made school better for them, except cannabis? Oh, the Ritalin makes my school better. Oh, my teacher makes my school better.
The teachers make my school so much better.
Oh, the bullies at school make my school better. So they hang that out as bad things. Oh my God, they even think it could cure cancer. We've got to change their mind about that and say, no, it does not.
These kids are so misled. They think it makes school better.
Yeah. We don't want shit making them think school's better. What a bunch of pinheads.
Yeah, they really want to rob the kids of anything good
This
at
is
all.
this is a woman named Amy Porath Waller, the center's director of research and policy, PhD in fucking psychiatry or something. Her whole life is dependent on working at the Canadian Centre on Substance Abuse. What the fuck do you think she's going to say? Right? Why are we letting these people march around the country pretending they're not trying to just keep their jobs and refocus what their job should be now? Because it's the youth. Because the youth are getting focus and attention at school. Holy fuck. Right?
That's funny.
So, she says there's a real opportunity here to bring some clarity to this issue about what does the evidence really say about this drug? Amy, come on, Amy.
It says they have to do some more studies.
Yeah, you're just making up
more
what it
studies.
Come
says.
on, Amy.
So here's another woman, Nancy Langdon. She's the Ottawa Public Health Supervisor. Here's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard anyone say. She said, I think in the end, our goal is that the evidence is going to be compelling enough. Their goal is that they think the evidence is going to be compelling enough that they're going to really try to move forward
Because they're
on delaying.
manufacturing it.
Right?
Their goal is they're going to manufacture enough evidence from enough
Yeah.
studies that they've influenced.
Like
so
she's
they
like
come
a
out with this package.
like a fucking hillbilly who does, you know, she's trying to figure it out in her own head while she's talking, right, and thinking that maybe I'm not paying attention, that she is saying that they've already made up their mind. There is going to be compelling evidence, even though how could you ever fucking predict compelling evidence? How could you predict that?
Well, because
When there is no compelling evidence up to that very moment.
But they're paying for the studies to find the
Yeah.
compelling evidence. You're going to find the compelling evidence if you're paying for the studies to find it.
Unfucking believable. Now, here's the other rivet in the mechanism. Oh, her name's Colette Rivet. Actually, she's the executive director of Canadian Medical Cannabis Industry. all the LPs, right? She said much of the research about the effects of pot are examining the impact of what's available on the black market. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means at all. She said the product sold by the provider she works for is heavily regulated to control for THC content as well as such things as mold and fungus. Right.
Who does she work for?
She works for the LPs.
Which ones?
All of them. The cannabis, medical cannabis industry. She's the executive director, right? Now here's what they say is, and you'll be interested by this, Kush Queen. This is the diagnostic criteria for cannabis use disorder. This is what they say that it exists on their stupid page. Here's one of the diagnostic criteria. You spend a significant amount of time. No, wait. You use more cannabis than you intend.
No, I don't.
Use more
Yeah,
cannabis.
usually I can't smoke them.
You use a lot of cannabis by accident, is what they're saying. Like you didn't. Like what the fuck is that?
So, oh, whoops.
No, when I
Didn't
think
mean to
about it,
inhale that one.
if I'm doing some pre-rolls, I must admit I've lit the odd pre-roll by accident. Went, oh, I was saving that for later. So, but you just roll another one and catch up.
I will admit I've done that a few
Right.
times. I will admit. Yeah.
So another if you've got cannabis use disorder, you could be spending a significant amount of time obtaining cannabis. Well, it's fucking illegal. Like really, waiting for your guy. You wait
really,
for your
I don't spend
guy.
any time looking for cannabis. I got a jar at
Not me.
home and
Yeah,
I
not
work
me
in a
personally.
dispensary, so
No, I have
Easy.
wrong
Yeah.
again.
cannabis that gets my cannabis ready for me. So
Yeah.
I got plenty. Oh no, I got a lighter.
Fucking
Don't
living la
worry.
vida loca.
Here's what else can happen to you. You're experiencing a strong desire to use cannabis. Huh? That's like it. You fail to fulfill major obligations at work, home, or school.
Yeah, I do that. But I did that before I was chronic. That was just my nature. Literally in like grade 4, I had like 2 or 3 school desks. And one was for hoodies and jackets that I would bring to school in the morning because it was cold, and then in the afternoon I wouldn't wear them home. And then another one was for unfinished like school projects. And then I think that was grade 4.
Well, maybe
So
you
I
have
wasn't smoking weed yet.
you had
What
cannabis.
say you to this?
You had cannabis use disorder. No, you had the disorder before, and I'm sure you can get it as a child. Now, here's another symptom. You're using cannabis in physically hazardous situations. Do you use your cannabis in physically hazardous situations?
Never.
Yes, I do. Like that time,
Really in hazardous situations.
that time I climbed the Empire State Building to try to do bong hits like King Kong would. That was hazardous.
Physically hazardous?
No. I got 10 feet up. And
Yeah, but
that was done.
you'd think it's physically hazardous, but
It's high. I'm just like,
maybe it was only, maybe it wasn't physically, but you don't have.
well, no, that would go
You can't
back to
tell
one of
emotions.
the tasks that like I didn't I just couldn't be bothered to complete the task. I got 10 feet up. I was like, fuck that.
It's because your emotions have been
So
impaired.
I had even like superseded their criteria, I think, in a couple ways, because one, I was too lazy to finish the hazardous task I was about to undertake, which is like, boom.
Oh, that's 2 of them.
That's actually, it's 2 of them, but it's also a third act. Because that's a whole.
Huh.
Yeah.
And react. We should hook
So
him up to an
I,
electroencephalogram.
So interesting.
We should hook him up to an
I think I have this disease.
Yeah, I think so.
I do. I have it.
No, I think you've got cannabis use disorder. For
I
sure.
I really do.
so,
I have cannabis use disorder. My name is Al, and I suffer from cannabis use disorder.
Yeah.
Please don't judge me. This is an involuntary syndrome that's very, very hard to live with. This message was not sponsored by anybody.
This is not brought to you by me. Stop looking at my angry face.
Yeah. Fucking
Stop using your emotions. Now here's a goofy story, which is typical of the day when we're talking about idiots coming to the fold. Here's a guy who was, he was the former sales head of Google.
Google.
Yeah. So we'll call him, let's call him Alan Gertner.
Okay.
Okay?
Google or Google Noodle?
He, Google.
Okay.
He was the fucking sales head at Google, the top notch. So, for some unknown reason, the Globe and Mail had him write a piece because he's quit Google and he's now going to open up a dispensary. All right? Cool. So, here's what Alan has to say. He says, I believe cannabis is the next internet, an immense and untrammeled new market opportunity. Well,
It's true.
I went on actually to Google, where he used to work, and I Googled cannabis, and it's not the next internet. It's a dioecious flowering herb.
Huh.
And I would have thought that Alan might have, he would have thought to even Google what cannabis was, and he thinks it's the next internet, and an immense, untrammeled new market opportunity, and he's gearing up to take advantage of it, right? Now, he says, for the first time in his life, the excitement of another promotion or more money was non-existent. Well, how much fucking money must you have made being the sales head at Google there, Alan Gertner?
Unfathomable.
Really? Now, true to his Google form, Alan created a spreadsheet measuring the metrics of the happiness and meaning in his life. A fucking spreadsheet to figure out what he liked.
This
right?
guy's like so analytical. He's like, am I happy?
And he
I'm
found,
not sure if I'm happy.
and
I'm gonna create a graph.
And he found that his three particular passions in life are coffee, clothing, and cannabis.
Interesting. That's like me too.
He needed a fucking spreadsheet to figure that out, eh? Oh, geez, I didn't know I'm going to start drinking coffee. Oh, clothes. I'm going to wear clothes for a while now.
Clothes.
Eh?
Guys been walking around naked for fucking how many
This
years?
cannabis? What is this cannabis you speak of? I wish there was something on the internet that I could type that in and it would tell me what it is.
It's the next internet.
It's the next internet.
It is.
So he decided to work on opening a business reflecting all of his newfound spreadsheet passions. So he,
So he opened up spreadsheet.com.
yeah. So he flew back right away to Toronto. Huh. That would be the place to go for fucking your passion of marijuana, wouldn't it? To Toronto. That's where I'd go right away. But he was going to work closely with his father to develop a brand that would redefine the cannabis marketplace. He redefined the cannabis marketplace. So he came
Like
up
sports cannabis.
yeah. So he came up with a name called Tokyo Smoke.
Really?
Tokyo Smoke. Really? Alan Gertner?
Gertner.
Come on, you could have
I
fucking...
I don't know. I heard they're big in Japan. Just saying.
What? Gertners?
Tokyo Smoke.
Tokyo.
They're fucking huge in Japan.
Well, Alan, I took my own advice and I Googled Tokyo Smoke and it came up pollution. All right, it really came up pollution. Come on. Tokyo, what the fuck? There's no marijuana. There's a bit of a scene. Come on. I appreciate it. You'll go to jail for the rest of your life.
a
You got
long time.
marijuana. Come on. Tokyo is what you thought of, Alan? Gertner.
You're taking a toke.
So, But
It's Tokyo.
he's opened Tokyo Smoke's first showroom in Toronto, which features a coffee bar. Wow, Alan. Branded clothing? Really?
Do you got weed?
And he's got cannabis paraphernalia such as lighters and rolling papers. Really, Alan?
I expected more from the head of sales
Holy
of Google.
fuck.
Oh my god.
But hey, this isn't going to be some Bob Marley inspired bullshit head shop, says Alan. But instead, a home to the creative class, right? Our men's clothes are classic and stylish. We also have developed a set of proprietary cannabis strains. Ooh, proprietary? Ooh, what's that mean, Alan?
Big word, Alan.
Proprietary actually means one that possesses, owns, or holds exclusive right to something. Huh? No money in it for you there, Alan? You're not inspired by the money now? Or the, right? But here's what it says. Tokyo Smoke brings emotion, design, and function to cannabis.
Quite the statement there, buddy.
It brings emotion
I
to
heard they
to
came
cannabis.
up with the round smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just round all the time. Round off
The design and function
beautifully
of cannabis.
designed smoke.
He's
Tokyo
saying
Smoke.
that it's luxurious, consistent, and reliable. His strains.
What kind of strains has he got?
Here, he's got 4.
What are they?
One's called Go. One's called Relax.
Goat?
Go. Goat would be good though. Go, relax, relief, balance.
Oh.
What is this, aroma fucking therapy?
Kind
I feel like I'm in sage right now.
of sounds like you're taking a dump.
I know. It sounds like he's
I
trying to
gotta
mask
go.
his
Hey,
dump
relax.
sound. Okay,
Fucking
whoa,
relief.
buddy.
But this is insane and somewhat childish there, Alan. Right? Really? You've got proprietary cannabis strains that have a name like Go? How do you don't have anything proprietary there except the name Go.
Stay, turn back.
Well, I
can't-
don't think you own the name, or like Go. I think is a word.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
I
And
think
here,
it's just a word, isn't it?
when you
Go.
think about it too in the legal world, I don't think you're going to be able to say relax, relief, or balance on your little packaging. You're not going to be able to make medical claims like that.
No, those aren't claims. Those are the names. That's the loophole.
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
the
We'll have
loophole.
to see about that.
The claim would be, it promotes a relaxing-like sensation.
You mean relax and
That would be a claim that could be used.
an easing
Yeah.
indica is relax. No, they're not going to get away with that. You can't put relief there. I don't know. Maybe you can. How do you spell relief?
There's a few different ways.
Some people my age would
How
know
it
what that
sounds.
meant, eh? But so he's putting emotion into cannabis when they're saying that cannabis takes our emotion away. I'm confused. So the very next
That fucking hurt.
the very next story is about what happens when you go to Allen's and you mix caffeine with your marijuana.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. You know what research suggests? Caffeine and marijuana taken in combination could potentially worsen your working memory.
It suggests that there could be a potentiality of this
Someday,
proposed
maybe.
side effect.
Yeah.
What?
Worsening your working memory.
I'm scared now.
Not your off-time memory, I guess, just your working memory. Right? Just when you're at work, you don't have any memory. Right?
That's,
I don't remember what you just said, and I have no feeling for it.
That's right. Here, have another coffee.
Right? No kidding. Oh, idiots.
Dr. Scott, he said, there are potentially harmful cognitive effects of using 2 psychoactive substances such as marijuana and caffeine in combination. Psychoactive substance, he's calling caffeine. He said it appears caffeine and THC may worsen a person's working memory when taken together. Much more research needs to be done, but using two drugs of different classes, such as a stimulant, caffeine, and a depressant, marijuana, could possibly pose a problem.
He's all chilling out with his lava lamps. Like, much more research needs to be done.
Yeah.
Secretary, could you roll me a couple spliffs and bring me a coffee?
So,
I forgot to write that stuff down.
Dr. Scott, here's what I think you need to do, is you give Alan Gertner a call.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
say,
he's already got a coffee bar.
dude, I heard about this thing called the internet so that you could do some research. I did. Very easily found what the definition of, or what marijuana is actually considered to be, whether it is a depressant, as Dr. Scott says, or not. THC in marijuana has been shown to be a central nervous system stimulant in at least the following manners: stimulation of appetite, stimulation of pleasure centers of the brain, stimulation of the body's natural defense against free radicals, which lead to a lot of brain injuries, free radicals, right? While certain other compounds of
Also leads to a
marijuana...
revolution.
Yeah. While certain other compounds of marijuana have been found to be sleep-inducing, anti-inflammatory, muscle and spasm relaxing, all inducing a more relaxed state, marijuana is not a depressant. It cannot be both. It cannot stimulate some parts of you and depress other parts of you. If it's stimulating some things, it's stimulating everything. That's the way the body works. So I'm not too sure where Dr. Scott possibly could have maybe come up with his conclusions that might have been
Is it
concluded
possible
to
it
be.
stimulates the depressant effects?
Yeah,
It stimulates the ability to become a depressant.
marijuana. Yeah, marijuana stimulates doctors to research it.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in that.
Right, there's a lot of money in it. People give you
Lots
money
of
in a
money in
heartbeat, apparently.
There's way more money in that than there is prescribing it.
So, Houston, Texas got a big problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
They have a problem. High-potency marijuana product is shattering people's lives.
Is it shatter?
Well, it goes by a lot of different names, Al. Like shatter, wax, or 710. A lot of people are calling it 710. A recovering addict. Here, this recovering addict, Joshua, says you become very incoherent. You can't really function. You're just supremely stoned.
Hang on, let's watch this.
Try this.
This
Let's
is a
fucking
tester.
try this shit out.
Why is it like that?
What?
Or something? Oh, no, it's just way in there. All right.
You don't like it way in there?
Okay, so
So,
what are Joshua's claims?
this is Wendell Campbell now of the DEA. He's
Pay
a
attention,
DEA special
Weasel
agent.
Wendell.
He's a special agent, not like the
Yeah,
Special
he's
Olympics.
a special kind of retarded.
Whoa. Now, if you're looking at something that has 3 to 5%,
you. I'm not insulting you unless you're Wendell. Then I'm not insulting you. Well,
Yeah.
don't say I'm insulting you because I'm not. You're a cool guy.
well, here's what Wendell had to say.
What was the
It all comes down to the levels of THC, Al.
completely
Can't
incoherent?
function after the shatter hoot.
What
You
the-
can't.
where the-
You have no empathy at all now. Your
No emotion.
verbal
Just give him a
memory
cup of
is
coffee
gone.
and he'll just be done.
I got no emotion. That's sorry.
Now, if you're looking at something that has 3, 5, 7, or 9% THC, 3, 5, 7, or 9%, that's a drastic difference
Yeah.
to someone that is consuming something with 80 to 90%.
Makes it cough a bit more.
You know, butane is filtered through the marijuana plant, said Wendell, Special Agent Wendell. It pulls the THC content out.
Well, they don't really use the weed as a filter, Wendell.
No. And they don't do anything to increase the THC at all, Wendell.
Other
They don't
than
do
concentrating
anything.
it by the gram.
They don't do a damn thing. The only reason it comes out shatter is because these people put the dangerous butane in it to begin with. And then everybody said, hey, I don't want that butane in there. And they said, okay, well, let's go scour the world and we'll find a machine. It'll turn it into that. That's all that happens. Vacuum machine pulls the shit out and it turns into this shatter.
Well, it's also the molecules. Potential.
Nobody yet knows what the wash is actually doing to the cannabinoids. Right? They're just using anything. They'll come up with anything. They're trying anything they can find, having no clue what at all what it's doing to any cannabinoid. Really? Nobody's looked at that. They only looked at the finished product. Shatter is no different than any other form of fucking hash. But we all know that. These folks in Houston don't know. Right? They, I don't know, everybody is okay with it, them suggesting that it's way stronger. Well, it's not. It's just more concentrated. It's not stronger.
Do you want to hit first, or?
What? Oh, there was still some in there.
You want more?
No, I don't want to have my life shattered. Eh?
That was awesome.
No, it's all nonsense. And these cops, these idiots, are all the same as everybody else, just like all the doctors, all the fucking people in the research. They're all just hell-bent to get as much out there as they possibly can about how dangerous marijuana is so that they get a piece of the pie at the end of the day. Why don't they just say that and we can get on with it? You have no fucking clue about any of the dangers of anything because you haven't even looked. The only information that you get in the world is coming from people who have a vested interest in actually telling you that. Ooh, that's fucking crooked, isn't it? The fuck is that? All these yaps coming out. I hate the fucking internet. I wish Alan Gertner had never sold a fucking thing to anybody so that the Google and the internet never survived. Right? There's just too much shit on the internet. Stop paying attention to it. Come on. Go out and fucking paddle a boat or something. I don't know. I shouldn't have-
Paddle a boat.
Go outside, for fuck's sakes. Actually, don't go outside.
Go outside and play. Get the fuck off that Google.
Don't go outside. There's way too many people outside, I noticed. When we
Dangerous
first,
out there.
we've been in this neighborhood for going on 25 years now, but I'll tell you, a long time ago, there was nobody on the street. When you went outside this store, you did not see another human being. Now, there is there's 200 in your vision everywhere. Easily 200 people. I've counted them. Except for that one guy, because he kept dipping in and out in front of that girl. He made it really fucking hard for me. Hey, he didn't need to
three
do
times, and then I had to.
Jody Emery's in the house taking pictures of us.
Beautiful Jody.
Yeah, we're running out of stuff. Yep, there it is. That's the end of the show right there.
That was it, eh?
It
that
is.
whole thing about the 200 people and the one guy.
Yeah.
Cool. That was well placed. You know, that was really well
Drop my
placed.
coffee. What
I really like.
bozo.
See, we were all talking about that. That was we knew that was a good one, right? We just didn't know where in the show to put it, and the writers are like, we're just gonna throw it in. It'll be a surprise. So that was really well placed.
It was good. It worked
good
out
way
well.
to end the show.
So yeah, thanks a lot for all you
It
chatters
does look
chatting.
like the penis pump from Austin Powers. It totally does. You're so right. I've been staring at it
Maximize your
every
time.
time.
What?
Ever since he said that. Yes.
What? The sublimator?
Yes.
That's not true. This is way bigger than the one on Austin Powers.
Yeah. They called me. Rico picked Marc up from the airport and brought him back to the house, and I got a phone call right when they got home. And yeah.
Yeah, Mark's out in the Canary Islands with Enrico and Terry and
Tenerife.
and their new baby, and that's really cool. Well, a shout out to you guys if you actually tuning in and watching. Wish we were there.
Yep.
Wish you'd invite us.
Oh, we're always invited.
Let's go.
It's just a matter of getting there.
How much? Come on, how much? We'll crowdfund it.
Let's do it.
I've got a crowd.
It's roughly about $1,500 each.
I got a crowd I'm willing to sell.
Yeah.
You want to sell your crowd or just pawn it?
I've been kind of a loner. I started this thing that I thought was a brilliant idea called the Loners Club, and I didn't tell anybody, and it was like I was the only member, and it was
Only guy.
wicked and wicked. And I held functions, and I had the whole place to myself. It was just the best fucking time. But at times like this, it doesn't help when you got a crowdfund and you're selling your crowd.
Yes. Well, on that sad note, let's see you.
But if any of you guys want to pay to get us to Tenerife, I wouldn't accept your money.
Are you going to spend this somewhere?
No, I'm actually not going to Spanavis. There's a lot of focus going on here with Temple of Calyx.
You sure?
And the Temple family is just going strong, and I think next year we'll have a presence at Spanavis. But this year we got to
We'll hold it down here.
yeah.
We're going to have seminars here. Yeah.
This year was
Cannabis Culture seminar. Yeah.
Plus, Spain's had every opportunity to come visit us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they did a long time ago. And that didn't work out so well. But never mind. What's happening? And we're going to get out of here. Thanks to Al for coming down. And
thanks for having me.
thanks to my good friend for providing the Puna Haze. That's keeps me awake to enjoy the stone.
Yeah, it's a wonderful one.
Thanks to Kush Queen for gracing us with her presence, as always. Thrilled to have you back from the islands.
Yes, I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
I missed you guys.
You didn't get much sun.
No, but you know what? I lucked out being on the island. I had 2 beautiful days.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's very rare.
Huh?
The
You br-
island has
well,
pretty
you
shitty weather.
bring your own days. You're bound to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
right.
Good.
I would have been smiling and enjoying it either way, but I'm really happy that I got some sunshine. I got some amazing shots.
So thanks a lot for being here. It's always good to see you. And thanks everybody for tuning in, and those who tune in later. Thanks. And until next week, I'm Marijuana Man, and this is Marijuana. Peace and pot. See you next time. Do you think that...